Hello, everyone. Sorry about the tech difficulties. I'm testing a new camera setup, which, as you can see, is much nicer. Oh, until it does that. Thanks, camera.
No, we lost you.
Give me one. If I got to go back to it worked all day. I tested it the whole day, and right before my panel, it's like, oh, this is the time you actually need it. How about I don't work for you?
At least it was frozen on a very high quality still of you.
Yeah, look at that. That's
And
like
not some like potato res me kind of thing. Grab your screenshots now, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's gone now. Now I'm just darkness. All right.
So please bear with us.
All right, I'm going to try one more time to fix it, and if not, we're just going back to low quality because apparently it's just not meant to be today.
Has everyone been enjoying the stream so far? I hope. Yes. I know there's a lag, so I don't exactly know how long it'll be. Yes, people have been stalking all the streams. Good. Does anybody have a favorite part that they want to chat about? Because I may have missed them because I was putting on makeup with this panel.
Oh, shoot. I meant to turn off my camera. So I could show you that, Puvi, I made you a little icon if you can't get your camera to work.
Thanks. No, I mean, I have the old camera. It's just like gonna be
stupid. A little bit lower res. That's okay.
Well, and like my whole lighting setup is now like
wonky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll just
That's technology.
Okay. Yeah, I did take about 2 hours to put on my makeup, so sorry guys. It's also because I had eye surgery recently, so I was like very paranoid about getting anything in my eyes, but I can see without glasses. It's beautiful.
What do your elven eyes see, Black Cat?
They see in the future maybe a camera for Puvi that works. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But now is the time, guys. If you got a craft pack in the mail, get it out. Get on your desk. Let's get crafting. I'm so ready.
And all right, hi, everyone. All right, I tried. I looked very fancy for like 10 seconds. Whoever complained last time about my video quality is, look, I tried. All right. Well, it's a good thing. This time I picked really bright colors, so hopefully everybody could see better.
Oh, I tried to match my color pack.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that was why I wore this outfit, and I did not hurt myself shirt on, and my pop star earrings. So I'm ready.
Yes, that's awesome. Also, Kat got that pack yesterday, so that was some quick coordinate work.
Yes.
All right. Does everybody who has packs have their packs? By the way, these packs are still available on my site right now. If you want to get one later, they'll be off the site again on Monday, so just this weekend. But I'll do this panel again for other events in the future, so you may see them pop back up here and there. So the pattern, so I did a little this is the one I did last panel.
Ooh.
That is like this rainbow shenanigans. I'm going to be doing something similar this time, but for you guys, since you don't have fun spikes, and because the spikes are a little more complicated, the pattern I recommend for you is doing one big flower, then 2 small flowers, then 1 big flower. The leaves you have included in your packs, you can add those to your headbands later. They'll just kind of slot in at the end. Yes, like that fun little leaf right there, along with any other flowers. But you don't have to follow this pattern. You can do whatever you like. You can do an asymmetrical design. I've had a lot of people do like cat ears, where you take 2 small flowers and form a base for ears. I think I'm not sure if anyone in this crowd would like that, but if you'd like me to show you how to do the base for the cat ears, let me know in the comments and I'll show you guys that too. All right, so I'm going to start off with a big flower right in the middle of my headband. So I've got my first big flower here. I've straightened it out in its little stem. And I've got my headband here. And I'm going to place that flower. So I'm going to be doing this above the base just so you guys can see better. But when you're doing it, you'll probably want to be holding that flower as close to the base as you can. So I've got that wire behind the headband and I'm going to make a U up like this. So now I've made a U around that headband. Then I'm going to take that wire and come bring it around the top, but I'm not going to wrap completely around the headband yet. Instead of wrapping around the headband, I'm going to wrap around the back of the flower like that. So I've got this lovely U around the flower and a U around the headband. So I'm going to be making that same action again in the reverse. I'm coming around the bottom of the headband, forming another U, and then going around the front of the headband to form another U. So what I've done there is I've created this set of interlocking U's like this that holds that flower in place. And yeah, so you can see not going anywhere. At this point, you know, you're going to want to do it very tight. I've done it loose so you can see. But at this point, you can do whatever you want with the extra wire. If you've got other flowers that are a little wiggly, you can wrap it around the other flowers. You can wrap it around the headband. Whatever you want to do with it, it's all good. So I'm going to redo this flower with how I actually want to do it. And we'll walk through it one more time. So wire at the back, coming around the front of the headband like this, coming around the back of the flower and not fully around the headband so that it's the wires not sticking out of the front. Then under the bottom of the headband again, but not a full circle again, and around the front of the flower. So, and now my excess wire, I'm just gonna wrap it around the headband snug. That. So yeah, there you go. First flower. Woohoo!
We did it.
And that's what we're going to be doing.
This is it. This is the headband.
Beautiful.
It's done.
Excellent.
It's
10 out of
beautiful.
10. You are a shining flower.
Perfect. It's like this.
Oh, I see somebody wants to see how to do the cat ear. So for the cat ears, you'll need 2 of your small flowers. Ah! Sometimes they take a little bit of shenanigans to take out.
So 2 small flowers. Teeny.
Teeny.
Teeny
You
tiny.
could also do this with just wire, but I'm lazy and I don't want to cut my wire right now. So what you'll do...
I'm terrible and sometimes I use scissors on wire even though I know it dulls them. I know I'm a bad craft mom.
Get you some nice... Look, like most craft tools do not matter. Get you a nice pair of wire cutters. It matters. It's the only one that matters.
After I started dating Steve, he has needle nose pliers that have a cutter in the middle. So if you can find one of those are where it's at.
I have those too, but like I will use these to cut off little circle, like I will like cut charms in half and things. So nice quality wire snippers, always better. You do not need those for this this craft though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick how wide I want my cat ear base to be. So I kind of want it about there. And I'm going to just leave a lot of space on the wires and get 2 flowers attached to the headband at those points for the cat ears. So I'm going to just do that same wire wrap I did before. Whoop. As well as I can. Doesn't matter if it's not too tight at this point because we're going to be wrapping over that. And then same thing on the other end. Right, and then I'm going to take those two tip flowers at the top, hold them together like a triangle, and then twist the two flowers around so that they're attached like that. And so that gives me this triangle to serve as a base. And then to build the rest of the cat ear, you would just wire wrap flowers along that wire in the middle and along the base to steady it out. And then you get a full flower cat ear, and it'll stay on better because you've got all your flowers attached. So nice and simple. You can kind of do that with anything. You can create whatever wing base you want. You can make like a headband base. You can make a wing. You could make horns. You could do whatever. Just build a little base out of wire, and then wire wrap your flowers onto it. I really like wire wrapping as an art technique because it's so versatile. Anything you can get wire around or in, you can wire wrap to something. So one thing I do a lot is I'll make polymer clay horns, and I will, when I cook them with a wire inside of them so they have a wire attached, and then I'll wrap them onto headbands. And I made some really fun headbands like that though. Oh yeah, wires are a little bit pointy. Can't avoid that. When we finished with the headbands and your wires are all tucked away, they don't usually tangle with your hair or anything like that. But if you are giving it to someone who like maybe has a shaved head or a child, or like, you know, you just want to be extra careful, that's why you have the floral tape, which we'll do at the end, but I put some on my desk somewhere.
It may be wrapped up like this. Mine's white, so the white balance hates it.
Here it is.
It just looks like a little rectangle.
Yeah,
I
got a
promise
lot of
this
it in
is
your craft pack.
tape.
So at the end, we're going to be taking our floral tape and we're going to be wrapping it around the headband and covering up all those wires. So again, this is optional. The wires don't usually bother people when you're actually wearing them. For some examples of fun things to wire wrap onto your headbands, I got these little spikes. These are, I think if you look up like spike rivets, you'll find these. And then Kat, I really should have given you some of these, but I found them like today. So, but I have all these little crystals that have holes
Oh,
pre-drilled into them. So I can
whoa.
put wire through them and then wrap these and stand them up. And so if you see people who have like cute crystal
That would be
headdresses,
so cool.
this is how they make them.
Oh my God.
Next time, Kat, I'll give you
Life's
a
changing.
bunch of these.
Yes.
Yeah, they are fun. And you don't have to have crystals that have a hole in them to use crystals. You can do a more standard wire wrap technique around the base. It's a little more difficult. So I'm lazy, and I got these off of somebody who was destashing them. How's everybody going so far? Anybody needing me to go over something again? Anybody getting stuck on something weird? Anybody have any design choice questions? Oh wow, 6 flowers.
Went to 6 flowers down.
I'm on
Whoa.
2.
I got 2.
You're way beating us. The wires shouldn't, they're just on the bottom though, right? The wires, you shouldn't see the wires on the top. And if you are seeing the wires on the top, try to wiggle those wires between your flowers. I'll show you what I mean here a little bit more. Let's see. Oh, you've had your Grammarly? That's like 2 events ago. See, hold on to your packs if you want to buy them again. So
Or save the extras. Make a rainbow one.
Yeah, rainbow's fun, very fun. You've got extra wire that's coming out the top. You can wiggle that in between the other flowers. I don't know if you can see that well, but you can actually squish it in between the little flowers and wiggle it around and wiggle it down, and that keeps it looking a little neater. But you shouldn't end up with any wires on the top of your design, like visible, because you'll be smushing and pushing those flowers in. Like that's another thing. It's wire, it's malleable. If your flower isn't quite where you want it, you can just squish it into place. You can move it around, you can bend it, you can tilt it, you can squish it together. So you should be able to cover up all of the wires from the front. And then if the bottom of the headband bothers you, you can floral tape it, and that'll cover up all the wires. But we do that at the very end. All right, so I'm going to show you guys an example of doing. Oh, somebody's mentioning that they are wrapping a leaf under their flower and wire wrapping them together so that they end up together. That's a super cute way to do that, especially if you're doing like a big off-center centerpiece. But because the wire is so thin, something you'll also be able to do, I guess I'll show you on this one. Where are my leaves? I've left my leaves. Where did I leave them?
They leafed you.
I believe I will find them soon. You all knew there were going to be puns. They were right here. Almost. It's fine.
Were they ready to ginkgo home? That was like a stretch, but
Yeah, I see you branched out a little bit with that one. Well, I'll show you guys with the flowers since my leaves have fluttered off. Even if you've got a whole bunch of stuff tied onto your headband, you can scooch in anything underneath. Oh, I floral wrapped this one, so it's a little harder, but you can just kind of like scooch that in. So with the leaves, it can be easier to place them at the end too. And like all of these leaves I placed at the end, and I just scooched them into where I thought they would look nice, and then I wrapped them and I wiggled the wire in between flowers. Ooh, yes, please tag me in your finished ones. I love seeing them. They're so cute. And like every time I do this workshop, people always come up with something new. So like the cat ears was something somebody else did in a panel. Speaking of that, since we have a lot of time in this panel, since it's me showing you how to do one thing and then making sure everybody knows how to do the one thing, let me show you a photo of the cat ears for the person who was doing cat ears. Oh, apparently it's not there. It's here. Yeah, here we go. So that's one way to do the cat ears. I'll zoom in.
they look so cute.
Right? Look at that happy person made that.
Oh my goodness.
So this is made exactly how I showed you, with the 2 flowers forming a base and then all of the flowers tied in the middle. So what if you want to wire wrap one of these complicated shenanigans onto your flower headband? As you know, the motto with Lolita is something cute. Can I put it on my head? And the answer is always yes.
Agreed. Cupcake, can I put it on head? Yes. Tiny crown, go on head? Also yes. Dessert tray full of macarons? Yes.
This reminds me of one of my friends did a full pouring tea set headpiece.
Whoa.
Amazing. Childhood teddy bear on head? Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
It's a requirement. Oh, I just wrapped this without showing you guys. Why did I do that? I'm like in auto mode here. I'll do another one.
It's okay. We have time to fill. We can do it as many times as we need to.
So with these rivets, there's a screw here. And it's got that little divot in it. So I'm going to take this little wire piece that I cut out. And I didn't measure it. I actually probably cut entirely too long of a wire piece. But I've cut a wire piece out to that I'm going to now wrap around the little divot. So I'm just going to in the intuitive way, wrap, circle. Then at the end with this little extra bit, I'm going to twist it around the other remaining wire. There you go. And there we go. I've got a little dangly boy
Ooh.
on that wire. So now that that's on a wire, you can just wire wrap it any other way you normally would. So I'm going to put it between my two flowers here. So there, it is a little trickier here because I've got to hold it in place while I wrap it. So I'm going to be doing exactly the same wrap as before, except I'm holding it so it doesn't wiggle around. And something else nice with this wire wrapping, it doesn't have to be perfect. Get on there. See, it's like trying to leave me. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you pick up your headband and you shake it and it stays on, well, congratulations, you have done it correctly. Because that's all it needs to do is stay on. One note with these flowers, they are paper, so you don't want to get them wet. Because they will get soggy. If they get like a little moist, you can usually leave them to dry somewhere safe and they'll dry out.
The internet's favorite word, moist.
Yes, but if I keep seeing it, we can see how many followers, viewers we lose.
Oh no. we got an ew. I'm now up to, I guess this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 7 flowers. I'm sure whoever was already at 6 is blown past us. But that just means you can make more if you have extra supplies.
Yeah, I tried to put extra supplies in for everybody, but it's hard. It's harder to make craft packs for people because I find in person people will pick very interesting, like they'll see the choices and then they'll change what they pick based on what I have. And they'll come up with like some unpredictable combos. Oh no, lag, that's the worst. Also, this webcam is not good and it has less frames per second. Unlike my very nice camera over there who's not cooperating, you jerk.
Sad.
Seriously, it was working all day. We were oohing and ahhing over it this entire day. I'm wondering if what it is I think maybe the battery indicator is lying to me. Something.
It has a mind of its own.
It does. I mean, I guess like I should have probably tested this before today, but so for fun people who are interested in like nonsense tech, I upgraded my home DSLR for my product photos recently this year, and the new camera I got is also a video camera, and so it's like I went from having like a 10-year-old starter camera to having an intermediate, like a few-year-old intermediate camera. So huge upgrade. But I also needed to upgrade my webcam, and I didn't want to like I'd already shelled out the money for this fancy camera. I didn't really want to have to like buy a webcam right now, and also it's really hard to upgrade your webcam right now. Everything is super scalped. So I got software online instead that allows me to use my DSLR as a webcam. And there were apparently a few things to tweak out. Like one thing that's annoying is it doesn't autofocus, so I have to set it and then not move. But it makes me look like I'm a movie star.
Yeah, the quality was very nice while it was working.
Yes. For the 30 seconds you guys got to see it, not during any of the parts of the useful parts where you're actually working on stuff. Oh, I'm glad I'm seeing people like the choices. I spend probably entirely too long trying to make sure everybody will like their choices. Would watch a Puvie movie. Oh man. It'd be like the Mary. It'd be like a manic pixie dream girl story. It'd be terrible, and everyone would be like, "This is unrealistic. What is this?" Oh, you
next
didn't
movie
even get to see
biopic.
the fancy camera because of the ad. I keep forgetting. Like,
No.
I need to learn
Totally.
and how the Twitch ads work so we can structure our panels around that because I don't see any of the ads because I'm watching it on the J Fashion on Demand channel, so it doesn't show me ads, which is nice. But
Yeah, I think you can opt out of the pre-roll ads, which play when someone joins the channel, but then you have to play an ad every so many minutes. You have to like remember to command your bot to do it.
oh, I see. I don't know. We should get our Twitch set up better, but also
Yeah, I know.
we usually have a few minutes of just nothingness in the beginning.
Killing time, yeah.
We killed time with fighting my camera.
Yes.
Kind of want to turn it on again and see if it'll suddenly start working.
Is it one of those things where like the battery is separate, or will it can it be plugged in to run?
I don't think so. The battery, like
Okay.
it is a camera, so I don't think it's ever intended to be
Okay.
used plugged in to a power source.
Mm-hmm.
But that said, no, it's weird. I mean, I also haven't like this is a newer camera to me, so I'm still learning everything about it. So it could just be like something simple that just I should know about this particular camera, but like I said, the camera I was using before is 10 years old.
Oh wow.
It was my my grandmother got it for me as a graduation gift.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a very sweet graduation gift and was like an extremely nice camera to get a 17-year-old. Oh
But
geez,
now
that's
it's
11 years
2020.
now. Christ.
Puvi, before
Yes?
you fuss with the camera, we do have a question. Somebody
Yes.
has reached where they want to end the headband. What do they do next?
All right. So I'll show them how to do the floral tape. Okay, so you can at this point just leave it if you like your headband color and it's not bothering you. Or if you don't like your headband color and want to change it, though in most cases you're not going to see that headband color when you're wearing it, you can use your floral tape. So that should have been included in your kit as like a big wad of sticky paper somewhere. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, but by the way, your ears are going to end up around here and here at the headband. So any flowers you wrap beyond that are not going to be shown. You may still want to wrap flowers down to there if you're going to like wear it like some way in a different way, like a crown, or like I've seen people put it around the brims of hats and it looks cute. But if you're planning to just wear it as a headband, then you only need to go down to here. If you've already gone past there, it's fine. You usually don't feel those flowers when you're wearing it. It's just they aren't visible either. All right, so with the floral tape, get your floral tape. I believe I gave everybody more than enough floral tape. Get the end of that. Find your little headband end and press that floral tape around it at the end. The only tricky part of the floral tape is wrapping around the end. You want to be constantly applying pressure and like smushing it and patting it. You'll feel that it's a little sticky. This is the same stuff that florists use to wrap the ends of pointy stems for bouquets and things. That's why it's called floral tape for funsies. Just smush it down there, and once it's good on the end there, then wrapping it around the headband is easy. So you want to do it so that it's like making these wide, even wraps around where the headband is just headband, like that. And then I'm going to skip ahead so I can show you how to wrap around the flowers. When you get to the flowers, you're going to want to use your thumb to keep the floral tape flat against the back of the flower so that it's like covering up the widest area. But when you're wrapping it between the flowers, you're going to want to smush that thin. So it's kind of hard to see, but you're going to make that thin instead of flat. And then you're going to take that and just wiggle it carefully in between those flowers. You may need to move the flowers around a bit while you do this, and then you'll get it around like that. So now you don't see the floral tape on the top, but you know, assuming I had wrapped the whole headband, you would see it laying nice and flat against the back there, like that. So for example, this one I did floral wrap, all black. And you can see at the top, you don't really see the floral wrap, you just see the flowers. And I didn't do as good of a job on the bottom because I didn't care as much. I just wanted to get the major parts of it wrapped. And it's flat against the bottom and flat on the sides, covering that nicely. Let me know if you need me to go walk through that again too. And I'll walk through that again in a little bit for people who aren't at the end of their headbands yet. That. I really want to one day do a 2-part panel where I do making the polymer clay horns and then making the headband. I hadn't done it before because NoCon is going to let me bring a toaster oven into the panel room.
What? You sure? Are you sure?
So I just had the thought, this is actually something I can do with the virtual panel because y'all have ovens at home and your ovens are not my responsibility. So maybe next time I do this, I'll do a 2-parter where we make the polymer horns, then have an hour break while you guys like figure out how to bake. Like everybody has enough time to bake them, though they should only take like 5 or 10 minutes to bake, and then come back for the headband. I'll save that one. Save that one for next virtual event. And if people would like to kind of see, one of the first headbands I made was this ridiculously intricate nonsense that I have a photo of.
And while you're looking for that, if anyone is confused by the term polymer clay and doesn't know what we're talking about, you may know it by the other name of the brand name Sculpey or Fimo, or there's a third one that I can't remember now. But usually you can find it at any Michael's. Sometimes Walmart, I've found, has it. And it's just a little kind of clay that doesn't really dry out because it's basically kind of plastic, and you bake it in your oven. Oh, and you don't need a kiln that goes up to 400 degrees like you would for real clay.
Oh yeah, thank you for that save here. Here I am just like, yeah, polymer clay. Everyone knows what that is.
Yes, and there may be a generic Michael's brand. I don't know if they have one yet, but I'm sure they will one day because I can't imagine it's that expensive to produce. But the squares are usually, I want to say like 2 inches by 2 inches. Like here's a pack of playing cards. They're a little bit smaller than this. So there'll be a bunch of squares. They come in lots of colors. You can get translucent. You can get holographic.
Oh, this is not the photo I was looking for, but I'll show you guys this. So this is one set that I did with polymer clay. That looked very impressive.
Did
and
you
my
use
wire wrapping
armature
was worth at the time. But yeah, so it's an aluminum base, so it's actually pretty light with a wire running through the core of it, and so it has wire sticking out of it. So then with that wire, I wrap it around in the headband. So this piece was impressive looking and nice and sturdy, but it didn't weigh very much. Unfortunately, because it's got some feathers on it, my dog got to it and like chewed it apart one day, and I was so upset.
Oh.
He doesn't really chew things, so it was shocking. I was like, "What is this? This is not what my dog does." But since it had that animal scent on it, there's another one though that's more typical. This I would call a little more advanced because making these horns is more complicated because they needed to be mostly symmetrical, but they're They're mirrors. It's a whole thing. Took entirely too long. I like baked one to death accidentally.
Yep. Have done before. Can confirm, not a good smell or look.
Oh yeah, they definitely were not doing well. Here we go. You can kind of see this better. Whoops. Oh, now I have to share a different application.
It's okay.
So here, this one was more
Ooh.
standard. One of the first ones I made.
Oh,
was
yeah.
Polymer Clay. That little small things. A lot of people do little polymer clay horns like that. So that's something you can wire up. And then also like I added beads here because again, I just made little loop-de-loops in the wire and just attached the beads to it. So a lot of things you can do with this. You could make big halos. You could add charms. You could make like long drapey things in the back. I don't usually do that anymore because they're so hard to store and to take photos of. But all sorts of fun stuff you can do. So I think I'm gonna. Oh yeah. So if you're having issues with them sliding, smush them together and add something at the end. If you've done your wire wrapping really tight, they shouldn't really be sliding anywhere. But don't worry, if they are sliding, you can still fix it. I would say even just take one more flower, put it at the end, and wrap it on there. Like smush your flowers in to where you want them to be, and wrap it on there real tight, and then it's not going anywhere. And again, if it wiggles just a little bit, like if it has a little bit of wiggle, that's fine. It's if you're shaking it like this and it stays on, that's fine. It's a mechanical hold and not like an adhesive hold. So you're going to have a little bit of that mechanical stress, and that's okay. Okay. So I'm going to walk through the basic wrap one more time just in case we have anybody who came in late and missed it. So I'm holding the flower away from the headband, but when you do it, you'll be holding it close up to the headband, starting with the flower wire behind the headband. Then I'm going to loop up like this, looping around the headband. And again, I'm doing this loosely so you guys can see, but you will want to do it as tight as possible. But I'm not going to do a full circle around the headband. Instead, I'm going to come around the back of the flower. And now around this front end of the headband and around the front of the flower. So that again creates those interlocking U's that just hold that snugly in place. Oh, look at that, Kat, you've almost finished yours. I like yours. Looks like a kind of like a tiara with how you've done like the flowers. Like it looks very royal, or the leaves. Oh, you've muted yourself there.
I did mute myself. You're right. Yeah, I'm trying to fix the white balance here. This is like a yellower light, so it might be a little easy to see. Easier. Yeah, I took the fern leaves, and if it will focus, I kind of layered them so that they kind of form like a little bit of a, like a headband kind of laurel thing.
What are those, the Russian things called? Something starts with a K. Haley is probably in there like yelling it at me, trying to telepathically tell me.
I don't remember.
Like kokorshnik or something, but they're like Russian headpieces that go kind of like that. And your flower headband has the same shape.
Yes. So there. Yeah, she's probably done. I might do, like you were mentioning, and put like tiny ones on the ends and just twist the bejesus out of them so that they stay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't had, this has been like sitting on the top of my shelf and like constantly getting thrown everywhere, this one, and it's been fine. I bent the leaves a bit, but like other than that.
I did have one leaf come off its wire, but I think that means it was secure enough that the wire didn't move. The leaf was just like, this, I'm ready. It's my time. falling off the branch.
I'm leaving. That was
Leafing.
the time to use it.
You're right. You're so right.
Oh, you left that one right on the table.
I did. Oh.
I'm glad it sounds like everyone's coming together, but don't hesitate to chime in if you're having trouble with some things. Every now and then there is a flower that is defective and it just isn't attached to its wire correctly and it comes off. It's just something that happens. And so I buy these flowers bulk from a place in Thailand. So I buy a huge amount and they take 30 plus days to get to me. So you probably don't want my supplier. but if you look up like mulberry paper flower, paper rose, you'll find them on eBay. You'll find them. Etsy will have some of the same ones I have, but for really, really ridiculously expensive prices. Like you paid $8 for the kit, whereas on Etsy they'll sell you like one little thing of 5 flowers for $8. And I'm like, come on, guys. I know where you get these. Paper Mart's a US stocker that will stock these small flowers. Usually I get these small ones from Paper Mart and they're not too bad. And I get the black ones off of eBay because it's really hard to find the black roses. But yeah, if you look up paper flowers, you should pop them up. Michael sometimes has them. You can also get like fabric flowers instead. A lot of the other designers like to use the fabric flowers since they're a little like they're not going to be damaged in the water like the paper will be. And if you get really nice fabric flowers, then the quality is a little bit better. But it's easier for the paper flowers to look nice. If that makes sense. Like low quality fabric flowers look worse than regular quality paper flowers.
Mm-hmm.
But high quality fabric flowers will look much nicer. Yes. But I hope this encourages you to look into wire wrapping and then become addicted to crafts like I have and join me in my endless cycle of sad crafting. It's a trap. You're all trapped into the craft world. We actually, that reminds me, we had one of the tea rooms that I made ended up being like entirely people who DIY their own like Lolita garments. And I thought that was funny that we had like enough people to make a room just for that. It's like, oh yes, you sew. Here you go. You are in the sewing room. You may all sew together. Yeah, sad crafting is zen. It is legitimate coping mechanism. So technically all crafting you do is Manhara.
Yes. Promotes mindfulness, which is a good way to deal with your trauma. As my therapist likes to say.
Oh man, mindfulness. Oh, every time like that's like one of those things that like I hear so many stupid people say mindfulness that I hear it and it triggers me just like whenever I hear somebody say like, oh, we need to get aligned on this at work. Whenever I hear that, I just inside I go, ah, I die a little bit. It's the other one I hear a lot. Oh, can't think of it now. There's another one. I shouldn't say anything too much. In one of the Royal Vegas meetings, I made fun of someone I was working with for you saying we need to be aligned on something. But then I also said action items, so we were even.
Oh yes, favorite term, corporate world, action items. Yeah, it's never a to-do list when you're in the corporate world. It's always your action items. And now our big thing at my work is you got to start the meeting off with a win. What have your wins been?
Oh, we have to.
You could have been like
with safety shares.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Oh yes, you guys can. There is a Discord channel to chat in. So if you guys want to pop in there and share flower headbands,
post your photos.
And me, I love looking at them. I love seeing, like, I tell people one of the things I do when I'm sad is I go on Instagram and I look at all my tagged posts, and that makes me feel better. So, yes, every tag is one single molecule of serotonin for both me and you to share.
Yes.
Just one. Kat, what did you make the last time you did this with me?
I did make a purple and black headband that's in the other room, and I can run and get. I will be right back. Luckily, I have on Bluetooth headphones, so I don't need to take
Oh,
off the headphones.
snap! Oh, you don't do the like I walk away from my computer forgetting I have this wire, and then I go.
Yep, these are my normal ones. If anybody knows anything about headphones, these are Sennheiser, which is like a pretty reputable headphone brand. But I put in the Bluetooth ones because I couldn't get them over the wig.
It's always like extra great when somebody can work their headphones into their wig. Like Nif really impressed me with her coordinates that were coordinated around her headphones. A lot of the Lolitas have been like, oh yeah, I'm wearing big bulky gamer headphones, but I've coordinated it with my head bow and like my hair accessories so that it looks like it's part of the coordinate. It's great.
Yeah, so this is the one I made last time. So I just did little flowers and big flowers. So I did purple and black and then some alternating green leaves. And it goes very well with my Where's the Bat? JSK by Lady Sloth. So I wear it with that.
Do you know where the bat is?
I don't know. Sky puppies. I don't know where they are. I need them though. I saw a thing that was like sky puppy tippy taps, and it was a baby bat like going like this with its feet hanging upside down from a person's finger, and I was like, this is too precious. So.
That's adorable.
Yes.
My mom's house unfortunately got a lot of bats. Like
Oh,
not
no.
in the house, but like hanging out in like the there's like a part of the attic that's got like a screen, and then there's like a little enclave, and they were like 3 dozen bats in there, and I was like, oh well, have fun with that, Mom.
Bye.
Yeah.
I saw a thing that was like, you can get like a bat house and put it on the side of your house, and then if you just put like your compost pile underneath it, is like free fertilizer, free starter for your compost.
It would be nice if the bats in the house would like move to that, but I'm afraid that might just bring her more.
Oh yeah, it might just bring in more at that point.
Oh, I see somebody's said they bought Bluetooth earbuds just to wear stacked halos. Amazing. That is like some commitment.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Speaking of teas, how many people here actually wear petticoats to the tea parties? Because I wear a blouse.
Don't ask me. Sometimes I wear it to the event, to the virtual event, and I'll be like, yes, stand up. This is my coordinate. And then I sit down and take it off. I'm like, okay, you saw the print. That's all that matters.
Nope, I am like waist up dressed and then sweatpants and slippers.
Mm-hmm.
Though it's also Menhera, so it kind of like still counts.
It works.
It works when I'm doing Menhera.
I don't know if anybody else is interested in doing this, but I just took like a little bit of floral tape. It's kind of hard to see. And I put it, I can't tell which way I'm turning this. I just put it like right over the end of the last flower to also kind of help hold it in place because I like the pink, but I want the security. And I trust it more than I trust my wrapping skills. But
yeah, no, it's one of those things that it's like every part about the wrap is in your favor. So you're working with your material instead of working against it. And that's another thing I love about wire wrapping. And it's if you fuck something up, it's like so easy to just, I'll just wrap more wire.
Yeah, just wrap more.
Who's gonna stop me? Nobody. Nobody's gonna stop you.
Ooh, you know what? You could also wrap with these bobby pins. Dude, If you guys have extra flowers, you could wrap them onto bobby pins, and then now you have some flower pins. Put them in your braids. Put them in your hair.
There's a
Put them
cool
on your
cross
shirt.
design you can do like that. That'll look
Ooh.
really cute on a bobby pin. If you guys look up my ring photos, it's the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Pins, barrettes, like literally anything. You could literally anything you can wrap a wire around.
This is so much. The first one is probably the most challenging, but I'm like, this is so much harder than I thought it would be. Just around a bobby pin because it's so small.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but if you do that first one really tight, then you can wrap your other flowers to your first one, and that'll hold it all together a little better. Yeah, and this is no adhesive, so fun, no glue. I started doing this at cons partially because it was no glue, because I like E6000 can cause inhalation problems, and I just did not want to deal with that with people. I like this I can give to an 8-year-old. I don't really want to give E6000 to an 8-year-old.
No. Also, it's so solid when it dries. It's like contact cement almost. It's like it will never come off.
Yeah, I like E6000 though, because it's got like just enough give that when you're wearing stuff with it, it doesn't break as easy.
Yeah.
But not for babies.
No.
Another fun thing with wire wrapping is like I used to do stained glass. If you can wrap wire around something, you can also usually wrap the copper foil around it, and then you can stain glass it too.
Ooh. That's cool.
Yeah, Tiffany style stained glass making. Really not that difficult to do. It becomes difficult as you get to bigger pieces, but it's another one of those things. You can wrap the foil around it. You can make an art with it. Also versatile.
An art.
Bold of you to assume I'm not 8 years old.
The truth comes out.
You know what? Fair enough.
Just run by a bunch of 8-year-olds.
I mean, I feel like that when I'm doing things. I'm like, what am I doing? Who let me do this? Why am I doing this?
I'm just 3 8-year-olds and a cat in this body.
I think we're getting. The fashion walk starts at 6, right? Or is it 6?
I think we are doing 6.
Yeah, 6. So we've got another 10 minutes here. Alexis is actually 3 8-year-olds in a trench coat watching Frozen on repeat.
Yes. Accurate.
Oh.
We played some Quiplash with some friends last night, and somebody put or not Quiplash, I forget what it was. Whatever the prompt was, it was like you're stuck in a room with your parents and they are gonna sing karaoke, and they're only gonna sing this song. In the blank, somebody put Frozen, and it was like, do you give them the mic? And Alexis was like, wow, who knew I was playing this game?
Oh.
Fun times. But I have wrapped a single flower pin.
You've done it.
Into wig.
There you go.
Beautiful. There we go.
Wire wrap things directly into a wig if you wanted to like make a perma wig that just had little roses in it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to do something like that, but I am like too much of a wuss to put a wig on. So
these are even so light. You could probably like if you had the time, just make a flower wig. Just weave all of them together.
Belladonna did something like that for a fashion show once. I don't think she wire wrapped. I don't think she wire wrapped flowers for that, but she had models who had wigs that were just big flower puffs. That was a good show. That was a good fashion show. I wish we had a video of that, because she had like a friend who's like a buff bearded man do like a very, very elegant Antoinette kind of style outfit and come out with a
Aw.
parasol, and like you couldn't see him behind the parasol, and he was like doing a dance with it, and then he would like he at the end he like held it up and was like, "Oh, look at me! You were not expecting this face."
It's me, dear.
Oh, it was very much like that though. That was a great show.
I cannot wait for pandemic to be over so we can have more fun, amazing, crazy fashion shows.
Oh, I'm still upset about like I had like the wild like I'm never gonna get to do that wild reveal like I had for Techo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sad about that. It was gonna be great because like I was not gonna tell anybody about the Hinuli collab, and then until it
Oh,
was shown on stage. So it was gonna be like how we did for virtual Techo, but like
Yeah.
I was gonna have like a video of the entire audience going, "What? What is this?" Entire audience screams. I had like I had my whole Jiri collab that was like the fake out that people knew I already had out. And I was gonna pretend to end my show, and then I was gonna interrupt my show at like, "Ha, fools! I have 8 more looks."
Here they come.
Oh man, I'm so bummed about that. Maybe I can like try to do something similar in the future and try it again. We'll see. Oh, it's fine. I'm not bitter. Not bitter or anything.
No, not at all. Can have like a closed room fashion show where everybody spends 2 weeks in a hotel. You have a very small audience and you can film their reactions.
Miss Danger did something like that.
It could be fun.
Yeah, I don't think any of my friends like me enough to do that. Quarantine for 4 weeks, you know, because you'd have to do 2 weeks before and after.
Yeah, true. Truth. It is the hard part about the COVID.
Yeah,
That
when the
incubation
first
period.
fashion shows that we get to do again after this are going to be absolutely nonsense. It's going to be like 30 looks, 7 acts.
Yes. Like all the pent up creativity is just going to explode on all the runways.
Yes, 3 dances, all the props.
Streamers.
Hey, we tried real hard to get a party cannon for Techo one year. Like Emma had it and was like, do you want to use this party cannon? I was like, yes. but they were like the convention was like, we don't want to clean that up. What are you doing?
Yeah, they have a union stage crew, I think, who does clean up at the end. Mm-hmm. So
I can't.
Yeah.
Literally, like confetti. It's hard. You can't really vacuum it easily. You can't really.
You'd have to like hand pick it up or like lint roll it. The biggest lint roller in the world.
So I get it, but I was also like, man, party cannon though.
I know. Oh, that would be so great.
Be great. T-shirt cannon.
Cutso cannon.
I don't know. My shirts have metal on them. That might hurt.
Oh yeah, grommets might.
Yeah, like that might be it.
Unless you folded them like a certain way, so it was always on the inside.
Yeah.
Could be too much work though. I just like alliteration.
All right, so we're nearing the last 5 minutes. Did anybody have any questions about the craft? Did anybody want me to go through anything again? I would be willing to be hit with your shirts. It's okay, we're into it. All right, I guess if everybody is signing consent forms.
If the crowd says yes, when you buy your ticket to the next fashion show, there will be a waiver. You will have to consent to possibly a grommet hitting you in the eye with the Cutso cannon TM. Copyright pending.
Oh, putting the cut into Cutso.
Oh my god, yes.
Bruises are you guys are hilarious. That said, when the minute that I can safely hold the physical tea party I was supposed to be holding this weekend, y'all better believe it's going to be so grand because I actually put aside a bunch of money for it at the beginning of the year, and then I put aside some more money for it, and then like I still haven't had it, so like I've just been like putting aside more and more money for it. So when it does happen, it's gonna be in Pittsburgh, and it's gonna be ridiculous.
There'll be a big Poovy birthday cake, and the models just walk out of the cake.
Don't tempt me. You laugh, but you know you'd end up getting conscripted into helping me.
I know. Oh my gosh, it'd be like Willy Wonka style. Like you come out and you're like, guys, I'm too worn down. I can't do this anymore. And then you do like a cartwheel and you're like, surprise! Here's 9 new looks and 5 new lines.
Do not tempt me. I will pull some shenanigans. I will pop out. It will be like, I don't know. I invented a machine that brought anime to life, and now they're modeling for me or something. Who knows?
Yes.
Some absolute craziness. Candy goggles will finally have a use. Save you from the Cutso cannon. That's cute. All right. Well, it's 5:50. I'm gonna wrap up our chatting shenanigans at this point. And I hope you guys are ready to go watch the fashion walk with us.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. I'll see
So
you
excited.
guys
Looks.
in 10 minutes. And hopefully I'll fix my camera in those 10 minutes.
And post your photos in the Discord or tag them on Instagram and things. Twitter, whatever.
Twitter.
What do they have now? Fleets?
Fleets?
Yeah, they're making stories, but they're calling them fleets.
Oh.
I think, right? Because it rhymes with tweets, but also they're fleeting because they only last for 24 hours. Oh, but anyway.
I feel so old. Am I old? Not 30 yet. What is this?
I'm hardly on Twitter, but this one's on it, so I hear about it sometimes. Anyway.
That is a Poovy joke. Yes. The only thing I've seen people fleet about is how bad fleets are. Okay, well, seriously though, we're leaving now so that we can get ready into our serious mode for the fashion walk. See you guys in 10 minutes. Bye, everybody.
Bye.